Hi and welcome, everyone. You're watching another TBC 24/7 live broadcast on accepting abundance. My name is Paul, and today's date is July 16th, 2018, and this is episode 24. I want to talk about the abundance that's available through our cryptocurrency, TBC, which is an acronym for the Billion Coin. Now, the Billion Coin was created 2 years ago, March 21st. It came out 2016, and it came out as a private community coin. It did not get put on a trading market like all the other coins have been done with. Okay, what our coin was, it was based on a algorithm or a formula that creates or establishes its value from people, from this community, rather than having it traded on a market. And the reason we did this is because we have a mission to eliminate global economic poverty. Okay? And the only way we can do that is if we keep a small amount of centralization so that we can control the distribution of the wealth of our coin as evenly as possible among our first billion members. Okay, so that's why we call it the Billion Coin, because we are only going to make 1 billion coins, never any more than that. Okay, and the maximum price of our coin based on people will max out at 1 billion people. Okay, the algorithm will stop valuing it at that point. And then our wallet system will become decentralized because there'll be no more reason to control the wallet, because at that point we would have achieved our goal of eliminating global poverty. Okay, because with 1 billion people that have access to our coin, whether a full billion coin, multiple coins, or divisions of our coins, which are called Kringle coins, because you can divide one coin by 100 million, we will have enough left over to completely take care of the remaining 6.6 billion people on this planet in complete and full abundance. So our coin is definitely different than all of the coins that you find on the coin market cap. Bitcoin is the #1 traded coin on the market. And it's also the first coin that came out. It was created by an individual who calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009. Satoshi also created the blockchain platform, the blockchain technology that he was going to use to create a ledger for his Bitcoin, which he then created. And he only created, or he's only going to create, or there will only be 21 million coins produced on that system by the individual miners that are out there creating the Bitcoin through that blockchain technology. Now, when Bitcoin came out, other coins saw the genius of it, and the creators would create their coin using that same blockchain platform that Satoshi Nakamoto created. And they would produce a coin in whatever form they wanted on a blockchain, and it eventually got put on the market to be traded so that it could increase in value as quickly as it could, based on supply and demand, how many coins they were going to make, and so on and so forth. The problem with the market is that the market belongs to the central bankers. They created Wall Street, they created the stock market, they created the commodities market, and basically what they do is when there's a market and you've got something on a market like the coin market cap, then there's no controlling of who can come in and purchase that coin. So these very wealthy bankers will come in, and that's what they're currently doing with Bitcoin. And they are purchasing up all the Bitcoin they want and raising that price as they do it. And then the masses come in and they see an opportunity to gain some profit if they purchase Bitcoin and it's going up. And when they get comfortable with how much they've made as it's going up, they may sell and just enjoy the profit. And then they may try it again. It just depends, right? But it's a risk. It's like gambling at a casino. And as we know, the casinos, the house always wins, right? So a lot of people will get burned when the wealthy decide to dump their coins back onto the market by selling them. The price will drop. And we've seen this happen with Bitcoin, especially last year when it got very, very popular. And when the central banking system realized, oh my gosh, this is not our currency. This is not our money. This cryptocurrency is out there. It's decentralized. We are a central bank. We own the money. We don't own cryptocurrency. We can't have that. We can't have the people free. We control the people with our money. The US dollar, the Federal Reserve note, the euro, that's our money. We control the world. We do what we want. We can't have this cryptocurrency all of a sudden appear in the world and people starting to use it. We would lose all our control. So what can they do? Well, there's not much they can do except buy up the coins. Okay? And when they sell and dump and the masses of the people lose their coins back into the system, the wealthy will go ahead and buy their own coins back, and then they'll buy whatever is left. The people that have lost their coins, they'll buy those too. Okay? And then the price will go back up and more people will jump in that don't know any better. They may be new to the cryptocurrency world and they're excited. And see, they just keep pumping and dumping, pumping and dumping, pumping and dumping until each time they get a little bit more of the people's coin. This is how they gain the wealth in any system, whether it's the stock market, the commodities market, whatever. Over time, and they're very patient, they will get all the wealth to themselves, and that's how they keep control. A perfect example of the kind of control they have is what happened in Venezuela recently. The country of Venezuela in South America. Their socialist government decided not to go along with the central banking system. And the central banking system said, well, you guys are still using the US dollar. So what we're going to do is if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to put sanctions on your ability to sell oil. And you won't have any money. You won't have nothing. We're going to starve your people to death until you do what we tell you. Because we don't care about you guys. We don't care about anybody in the world except ourselves. Okay? That's exactly what they did. You don't have to believe me. You could just go do some research if you want to find out what happened. Okay, so the government of Venezuela had to do something. So they came out with their own cryptocurrency and they called it the Petro coin, and they backed it originally with their oil reserves. Problem was they couldn't sell enough oil to give it any value that would be enough for the people to have faith in that coin. So they said, okay, well, we do have our own gold back in our country. So we will back up our Petro coin, our cryptocurrency, with our gold. And the people said, that's good. We have faith now in this coin. And so you see changes happening in Venezuela because now they have a method of selling their oil to other countries, and they're making deals. And they're going to use cryptocurrency, or if that country that they're selling to has their own gold-backed cash, they'll take that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's not part of the banking central bankers. Central bankers' money is not backed by anything. Since 1971, it hasn't been backed by anything here in America. They took us off the gold standard and they made it 100% debt-based currency. And now for over 40 years, that's all they've been doing is just printing money. And that's an expression of speech, right? They've just been printing it out of nothing, out of thin air. They make money. And then a couple of days ago, the central bank, there was an individual, I forgot his name, but came out from the Bank of International of International Settlements, the Biz Bank over in Switzerland. That's the central bank's main central bank. Okay. Here in America, their banks are the Federal Reserve banks. Okay, so this guy came out and he ripped apart the cryptocurrency, everything. He just ripped apart cryptocurrency, period, and told us that cryptocurrency was exactly what their money was. He accused cryptocurrency of being all that they are, that they don't want you to know. And they said, stay away from cryptocurrency. Use our money. That system's just going to hurt you. And you can also go check that out. It's still online. Okay? So as long as we understand what's going on in our world today, we can understand the incredible position we're at now in our lifetime. Well, all humanity has never been in this position before, because the monarchies that go back for hundreds of years, and they've always controlled the people's wealth, and they've always controlled the people. And then the central bankers came along a few hundred years ago, and they have also done the same thing. And in 1913, they took over our monetary system against the Constitution by buying the politicians, and money corrupts, right? So since 1913, we have been on their money system, not ours anymore. And of course, they turn around, they lend our government here in America their money, the Federal Reserve note, and they charge us interest. They charge the government interest. And the government has to turn around and again, unlawfully from our Constitution, force us to pay income tax to pay for that interest and the principal. Now, since 1971, all it is, well, we can't even touch the principal. Are you kidding? The government itself here in America is $22 trillion in debt, interest debt. The American people are another $50 trillion in debt to the central banking system through mortgages, homes, home loans, car loans, student loans, credit cards. It's all theirs. All of our wealth that we have for our retirements, in bank savings accounts or in the stock market, it's not ours, it's theirs. That's why when we see crashes, we lose. Okay, now, that brings us back to TBC and our private community. And I have gone over this before. quite a while back, but I want to go over it again because it is so important to understand why we are different and how we operate as a community. This community that we have, that anyone can belong to. We're looking for our first billion people, right? We have only 3 million right now after 2 years. But we also have a brand new, very, very high tech, extremely fast blockchain platform that we built in order to speed up transactions so that we're not stuck at 7 transactions a second like Bitcoin is. 7 transactions a second. Okay. They had to create a fork last year because they got so many transactions going because of the trade market. Okay. Every trade is a transaction. So they forked off and came out with a new coin called Bitcoin Cash. And that one can transact at 130 transactions per second. So it went from 7 to 130 when they brought out that coin. Okay. So that was very, very helpful for the system, for that system. The point is, Visa and MasterCard, they're averaging 2,000 transactions per second. And of course, people can use Visa and MasterCard at the cash register everywhere in the world. So until a cryptocurrency can do that, then we're going to be stuck, in a sense, on that old system. Our new blockchain platform is doing 2,000 to 3,000 transactions per second. So we are migrating right now, and will be done July 31st, all 3 million of our members over to this new blockchain. Okay, we've been preparing for this. We are right on schedule. When they started and they brought out that coin, it was a 5-year program to eliminate poverty in the world. We're 2 years into it. We got 3 years left. We're on schedule, if not ahead. Okay, yes, we only have 3 million people, but you know how fast we can get to 1 billion? Really fast. If we grew only what we grew last year, okay, our second year we went from 100,000 people in our private community to 3 million. So we grew 30 times. If we grow 30 times again, when we have this super fast migration, we should do a whole lot better than that. But if we grow only 30 times again, we'll go from 3 million to 90 million. Compare that to the 12 million individuals that have, own, and are using or saving Bitcoin. Bitcoin has 12 million individuals in the world out of 7.6 billion using their coin. That's all. We already have 3 million, which is, okay, 1/4 of what 12 million is. But in a year from now, we should be at 90 million minimum. That's 7 times more than Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to grow as fast? No, it can't, because it's on a market, and every day the people see the price go up and down, up and down. It's too volatile for the masses and the merchants and the retailers to have faith in it and be able to use it unless they are capable, because of their business, of having enough cash flow that they don't need the Bitcoin that they're accepting. So they just leave it in their wallet because they know 12 months from now it's going to be higher. And 12 months later, it's going to be higher. 12 months later, it's going to be higher. Okay, so they're in a real good position, those of them who can take Bitcoin and accept it for whatever it is that they're giving out in return. They're in a very good position, because all these cryptocurrencies that are on the market, in spite of them not being a solution to the problems of the world because they can be manipulated, they are an actual option to protect your wealth, like gold or silver, but it's a lot easier to handle cryptocurrency, right? And to keep that and keep that with you. So it is an option to protect your wealth that you have most likely in a 401 or an IRA, some kind of stock market system where you can lose overnight, all of it. And I saw it happen to friends back when the real estate bubble crashed or burst, popped, whatever you want to call it, in 2008. I saw it back when the tech stocks crashed in 2000. I saw friends of mine wiped out. And I wasn't alive in 1929 when that market crashed. I didn't live in the 30s, but my mom was a kid growing up. She saw some of it. Okay. My dad saw some of it. But it doesn't matter. We've got so much information, so much film. We see all that what happened and the horrors of what that depression did. What caused that? The central bankers. Okay. So now we're at a position where after 105 years under their control, we don't need them anymore. We do not need the establishment. We have a private community where we agree that every person that joins our community will raise the price and the value of our coin by 1 grain of gold at current gold market price. 1 grain of gold for 1 human being. If 100 human beings join tomorrow, it will go up by 100 grains of gold. One of our coins, all of our coins, will each go up by 100 grains of gold. How much is a grain of gold today? $2.60 approximately. $2.60. Okay? So if 100 people join tomorrow, and we have thousands joining every day, and let's just say 100 people only join tomorrow, it would raise the value of one of our coins up by $260. Tomorrow, it's going to be worth $260. If you bought it today, it's worth whatever it is today. And then tomorrow, you'd have to buy it at $260 more. And the next day, so on. Now, if 10,000 join tomorrow, then it would go up $26,000, right? $26,000 overnight. See, every day at 12 a.m. Fiji time, it calculates the membership and recalculates and increases the value of the coin. So every single day, the value of our coin goes up and we have to sell it at that price. Those of us that are selling, okay? The admin is what we call the creators of the coin. It's a team effort. And they do not sell any coins. They are in the position to get the coins out. They give it away, okay? And of course, they started with an initial amount of stakeholders, and they brought in stakeholders over the first, 6, maybe 7, 8 months before they stopped that. And then from that point on, everyone had to purchase their coins from a stakeholder and then from each other. And, it evolves. So he gives the coin away, and he gives it as a free gift. And he gives a certain amount of kringles, a division of the coin, away. And that current value that he's giving away to every man, woman, and child on the face of this earth is currently worth $2,100 and goes up every day. And it's free, $2,100. Well, there is a $10 back office and lifetime wallet fee. The back office includes the lifetime wallet, but the back office fee is $10 a year. Okay, so you'll pay $10 to join our community, but you won't pay it unless you want to. And you're either going to want to or you're not going to want to by the time you go through our process of signing up. Because we don't want your money until you want to give it to us. And it's not us, members of the community, it's the admin that takes that $10. He just came out with that. Before that, the back office that we had a year ago was an option, and it was free for the first 30 days. And then if we wanted to hang on to that back office, which, my gosh, it's worth $100 a month. But anyway, we had to pay $1 a month. Okay, so now that we're migrating over into a new blockchain platform, he's just charging $10 a year. Okay, so, which is a price that we knew that everybody in the world, the poorest of the poor, could come up with. And it wouldn't kill them. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is to do the opposite. Give abundance to these people and bring them out of poverty. Okay? But we want them to be serious about what we're doing. We want people with like minds, not selfish, not greedy, and will go out and give that gift away to their family members, their loved ones, their friends, and get more people involved in our community, because we're looking for our first billion. Okay? And there's definitely way more than 1 billion people on this earth that are like-minded if they just knew about us. So we volunteer to do these live broadcasts on YouTube to let people know, hey, you're not going to find our coin on the coin market cap. So you've got to understand we are a private community, and this is what makes us real. Okay, and this is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so let me share my screen. And again, yes, I have gone through this in an old video, but I just want to bring this out again because I just feel like it's extremely important to understand. And that is what our agreement is that makes us a private community coin. Okay, so I'm just going to read this off. One of the reasons why this comes straight from the admin of our coin, the creators of our coin. He or they, we just call him he calls himself Chris Kringle because he gives the coin out as gifts. Okay. He communicates with our community through these blog posts that he posts every day. We have this most amazing community you can ever belong to. Any community, this is the most amazing one. Okay, in my opinion. It may not be in yours, but it is in mine. And if you're watching so far and you're still watching and you're new to this, this is you're most likely like-minded. Okay, so here is the agreement we as a community of people have agreed to that makes our coin money. Not just the fact that we have supply and demand, not just the fact that it's all completely decentralized on the blockchain, but it's this agreement. And he starts out and he says, one of the reasons why TBC is called the billion coin is because the ultimate price maxes out at 1 billion euros per TBC coin. Now, I'll stop here and just let you new people know that when we started the coin 2 years ago, we didn't base it on the value of gold. We based it on the value of euros because, well, everyone knew what euros were and their value, okay? But we knew that after a certain amount of growth, we would be switching it over to the value of gold. And when we did so, it basically doubled the price of our coin just doing that, okay? So at that time, though, every person that came in raised the value of our coin by €1 instead of 1 grain of gold. Okay, so that's why he's talking euros here, because this was brought out just a month or two after the coin came out. Okay, so he goes on and he says, so that means anyone holding onto even just one TBC coin could become a billionaire. Of course, today, based on the value of gold, you'll become a multi-billionaire. Okay, so if the price of gold goes up, you can end up with 3 billion with one coin. If the price goes down, okay, you might still end up with over 1 billion, but it's not going to go down for very much if it does go down. And then it will not stay there for very long before it goes up again. Okay, that's just my own opinion. I'm not a financial planner. It's just from my own research. Okay, so anyway, the point is it's going to be worth, a tremendous amount of money. It already is. Okay, it's the most expensive coin on in the world. Okay. So anyway, he goes on and says, at this time, the current price of TBC is a long ways from 1 billion euros. Okay. And it may seem to some impossible for the TBC coin to ever arrive at the price of 1 billion euros per coin. To get there, according to the formula, we would need to get 1 billion people from around the world to each become verified members of the billion coin community. We will get there ultimately, and it's because of the membership agreement. Okay, and he puts that in capitals, so I'm going to overemphasize that word for the rest of this blog post. Agreement. That is the power that we, the people, have. When we come together and we form an agreement, then it's real. We get the job done. We do what we are going to agree to. And that's that. Everyone has a right to form agreements. We make agreements every day. Let me go on. He says, here is the agreement. All members of the billion coin community agree that this coin will never go down in value. Okay, that's an agreement. Only go up in price. This agreement is hinged on a software program, that would be the algorithm, that drives the price of TBC up by 1 to 5% daily until it reaches its ultimate price. Okay? Now, being as it's based on membership, the formula had to do this 1 to 5% daily until the price came together and equaled the amount of its growth potential and individual members. Now it's based completely on membership because we're at 3 million people. Okay, so on to the next paragraph. He says, within those few words of the agreement, it does carry a lot of meaning. People from all over the world are sick and tired of artificial scarcity ruining their lives, which was covered briefly in another article on this blog. Abundance and prosperity are very natural things within the universe. And powerful people have been leading the people in mass to believe in the deception called scarcity. When people allow the cryptocurrency TBC to propel them into wealth with a software formula, they are making an agreement. Do the people at large have the right to make that agreement? This will, of course, be debated. So I want to arm you with some simple facts. First of all, people make agreements all the time without giving it much thought. Every time a person puts something in their mouth or chooses to wear a certain brand or selects a home to live in, and so on, in each case, they are making agreements. So, of course, people have the right to make agreements. Each agreement has a consequence. If an agreement brings harm to another in any way, it could be seen as a bad agreement. If you can get a person to believe in artificial scarcity, you can also get them to make a whole series of bad agreements. The fact that we live in a world filled with hunger, poverty, and war are all indicators that the people at this time have all made a long list of bad agreements. Once the people in mass consciously choose to believe in abundance and prosperity for all, then we can do away with the plagues of hunger, poverty, and war, as well as many other things that are harmful to humanity. I hope this is beginning to open up your eyes to see the truth. Abundance and prosperity should be available to everyone, regardless of where they were born or anything else for that matter. Within the path that the current price of TBC will take, it has many opportunities to create wealth, even vast wealth, for those that agree to use it. If people don't want to take advantage of those opportunities, they are free to not be a part of this. No one is being forced to use this cryptocurrency. The fact that Bitcoin has proven to stand up as a real currency means that all cryptocurrencies can also stand up as real currencies too. Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, has pioneered the path for all cryptocurrencies. Yes, our membership agreement makes us different, but fundamentally, we are just another cryptocurrency. We have every right to be a part of this. Embrace the idea that wealth can be spread through this special agreement. Okay? And then, of course, it ends. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring us back out of screen sharing. Okay, so I like to read that, I'll be honest with you, at least once a month, because it's just so powerful and it reminds me that we can do whatever it is we want now by coming together as people. And the genius of what our founders, our creators of this coin, accomplished was this mission to eliminate global poverty using a cryptocurrency that was discovered back in 2009. And all those cryptocurrencies were coming out, but they were being put on a market. And these individuals got together and they said, how can we use a coin if we come out with it to eliminate poverty in the world? Because these other cryptocurrencies aren't going to be able to do it, because they will be able to be bought up by the current system and manipulated in their value. We need our coin to be distributed without allowing the wealthy to come in and buy it all up. We can't put it on the market. So let's make a community and get everyone to come together and agree that our coin is going to go up in price every day based on people, based on that first billion people. Well, let's make 1 billion coins so we have enough to completely eliminate poverty over the world and completely bring the entire population of the earth into full abundance, which is what it should be. Everybody should have whatever they want to have. Okay? There shouldn't be the horrors that we are living in and have seen over the last 100 years. I'm just bringing up my parents and I. Okay? Other than that, I have to go back and read journals from my family to find out what they went through. Luckily for me, my family on my father's side kept journals. Okay? But, and this is another great thing about the internet, right? The internet came, we had no clue what it was, but within 5 years, by 1995, we all were just pouring into it, just pouring into the internet. We wanted to drive it. We may not have understood it, but we wanted to drive it. And it matured by the year 2000, and then it just went nuts, right? The search engines came out, the social media just came out with all these different types of ways to connect with each other. It was just incredible. Look where we are now, 18 years later. The internet's not going away, okay? When technology comes out and the people see that it's changing their lives and is good, like the light bulb, right? We haven't seen the light bulb go away since it was discovered. It's only gotten better. That's the way the internet is. That's the way all things are. Cryptocurrency, or the blockchain technology is only going to get better. It already has, okay? And it's going to continue to get better. It's not going away. And there's nothing that a central, which means controlled, banking system can do about it. Nothing. They can crash the economy, their economy. That's okay. We need to crash their economy anyway because we don't want to be on it anymore. That's what's keeping us enslaved. Okay? That's why we see families where both parents have to go out and work and have their kids raised by somebody else. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to pay the bills. I can go on and on and on about that, and I do in my other videos. So just check my YouTube for other videos. And as for the information that you'll need to take a look at us, we have everything available for you. Okay? We don't say, hey, pay us $10 and then we'll show you how to make money. That's not us. We're a cryptocurrency. Okay? You will pay $10 in transaction fees using Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, all of the coins on the market, you're going to pay every time you transact. It will eventually catch up to $10. In fact, it'll go up a lot more than $10 over a lifetime, right? We're giving that to you free if you just pay $10 for your back office, which gives you a website in your name with your link that you can turn around and give to your family, friends, members, and your friends, anybody you care about, and tell them, hey, they're giving away free cryptocurrency here. It's like a savings account. If you want it, it's free. It's worth $2,100 right now, and it's only going to go up in value until they hit their first billion. And they'll probably say, well, how close are they to their first billion? Because they're kind of they want to know how much that 2,100 is going to turn into, right? So you say, well, they're only at 3 million right now. Oh, okay. So let's see what that is. And they can just calculate it by doubling it until it gets to 1 billion, which is 8 more times. So you double 2,100 8 times, and that's what it's going to be. Okay. So if the price of gold is the same, 2 to 3 years from now when we hit that billion as it is today. So it gives you so much more, though. I mean, you can't believe what that back office does for you. I mean, it gives you ways to get full coins for practically nothing. We don't give the coin away. We can't. It would be discounting the coin. We as members of the community cannot do anything except sell you Pringles at the current daily price of whatever the price is that day based on the membership. But admin can give coins away from his wallet all he wants, all day long. It's not going to affect the price if he knows what he's doing. And of course, they do. Okay. So the whole point is we will not have any value in our coin. We will not have an economy where everybody in the world is using Pringles as money unless we get it out to the people, in the people's hands. Now, how's that different than all the cryptocurrencies you've got to go over and purchase at whatever price it is on a market, and then maybe watch it go up, and then most likely watch it go down, and then up, and then down, and then down, and then up, and then down. And what do? You either play that game or you just buy it and set it aside and leave it alone. And like I said, it will be an option to protect any wealth that you have in the central banking system, because that is worthless. The only value it has is the value of the faith of you and I believing that it's money. Other than that, it has no value. Okay, so we want you to take a look at our coin. Okay, we want you to fill out your name, an email address. Let's see, make up a username, make up a password, and tell us what country you live in. And that's all. You can sign up a day-old baby. You can be the oldest person in the world. You can sign up into our community. Okay, and then when you confirm through those, well, you'll get 2 emails. Okay, and when you open those emails up, you'll see a confirmation link. One will confirm your wallet, and it will create an actual wallet for you. Okay. And the other one will create the back office, your back office. Okay. And you would not have paid anything at this point. Okay. So when you confirm the link for your back office, you'll get a page that will pull up, and it won't say, send in your $10. It won't say that. Instead, you're going to see 10 paragraphs. That is basically our mission statement divided by 10. Okay, it's a little bit more in depth and much more detailed about what our mission statement is. And you will read each paragraph, and then there'll be a question and 2 possible answers, true or false. And you will answer, and if it's false, it will tell you, okay, you answered the wrong question. You answered the question with the wrong answer. And so please go back and read the paragraph and try again. Okay, so what that does is it lets you know before you spend a nickel who we are, and what we're all about. Because you'll either go through those 10 paragraphs and you'll want so bad to be a part of our community that $10 is nothing. You'll immediately pay it. And if you don't have it that day, you'll say, okay, I'm going to save $10 and I'm going to get this. I'm going to become a part of this because this is awesome. Or you're going to get through maybe a few questions and say, you know what? I'm just too greedy for this. I'm just too selfish for this. This is not my gig. I don't think I want anything to do with it. And then that's it. That's it. You'll walk away. You wouldn't have spent anything. Okay, if we were a scam, we'd insist on money up front and a whole lot more than $10. Okay, so think about it. Think about if you have any experience with these things out there on the internet that tell you, hey, we can help you make money over the internet, but you got to pay us $100 up front, and then we'll show you how to make all these millions of dollars. Okay. So yeah, you can know what a scam is very easily. If they want money up front before they give you any information on exactly how they're going to tell you to make your money, that's a scam. Okay. We're not even in that business. Okay. We're a cryptocurrency that is abundance based, and we're going to create abundance in this world with a money called the billion coin or the Kringle coin. So let me go over with that. And again, you can find all the information you want if you're new to this down below in the details of the description of this video. Okay, and you can click on, we got a main site called thebillioncoin.info. You'll find everything there. I mean, it shows so much information. You can spend a week. You can spend a week finding out every detail about our community before you even register and get to those 10 questions. So what do you have to lose? A little bit of time. What do you have to gain? Everything. Everything. Okay, so let me go over and look real quick and see if anybody has any questions. Put my glasses on. Okay. Steven, how you doing, my man? Awesome, awesome, awesome broadcast yesterday. I haven't seen any of yours had time to do it today because as soon as I got home, I watched the send button meeting. Okay. Nice to see you, Joe. Doc Joe. I love your videos too. Serena, I've already said hi. Thanks for supporting And Daria, nice to see you again. Okay, Tessie, I don't know if I've seen you before, but thank you for coming. Jules, awesome. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I support you guys. And doesn't look like there's any questions. And I guess it looks like my audio is okay. All right. So, what is tomorrow? Taco Tuesday. Okay, so yes, I am already scheduled for tomorrow. 5 o'clock, same place, same time, same channel, 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I try to be on every day, but sometimes something happens and comes up and I'm unable to. But I try to be on every day. And there's just so much excitement in being a part of this community. You can go and look up through the billioncoin.info main site. There'll be at the top a tab that will say broadcasts. You can click on those broadcasts and you can see a schedule of anybody, any one of us, including those people that I just mentioned, who are doing a broadcast at whatever time you happen to pop on or whatever time that's good for you to watch. And if you have a question, you can get it answered live right then. Okay? We're doing these 24 hours a day. Someone is doing a live broadcast. And then they stay on our YouTube channel, right? So we are letting people know in the best way we can what's going on. We are using our Kringle coins as money. An individual in South Africa just the other day purchased a car in full price TBC coin, Kringle coins, full price for a used car, and it was a nice car. It was I believe it was an Audi, but man, that thing was sharp. Lucky guy. But here it is. Nothing's stopping us from using it, right? We purchase from each other. We purchase everything from cars, land, homes. We use it to pay rent. We use it to buy electronics, bikes, just everything. Okay. But we're just getting started. And we have so much to go. But keep in mind that we will make you wealthy. All you have to do is say, yes, I want to be abundant. That's all you have to do. Accept abundance because we are giving it away. And you're not going to see that in any other coin. It's got to be an abundance-based coin, which means the value goes up every day and never can go down. It also means there has to be some kind of control so that the already wealthy, okay, cannot come in and just buy it all up and leave scraps for the rest. Okay, that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day and night wherever you're at in the world. Take care.